The Gauteng Department of Health confirms that a fire has broken out at the accident and emergency unit of the Tembisa Hospital, and firefighters and Gauteng EMS are currently on the site handling the situation. All patients in the accident and emergency unit have been safely evacuated to a secure area within the hospital. And for more on this, we now cross live to our SABC News reporter, Lopang Alamu, who is currently on the scene. Lopang, thank you so much for your time this evening. Of course, we saw images, coming out on social media and videos showing that the Tembisa Hospital is indeed on fire. Perhaps if you can just bring us up to speed with the latest coming out from the scene.
Mbali, that's correct. The fire broke out just before 6 p.m. this evening, and we have no idea at this point what could have started the fire, but we do know that it's just not too far from where the entrance of this academic hospital is. And what we do understand is that people have been evacuated. So this means at this point, no fatalities reported, as well as no injuries have been reported. We also see the community just standing around trying to figure out what happened to their local hospital. We also do know that the mayor is set to address us to give us a preliminary answer as to what could have caused this particular fire. I'm just going to walk down there and just try and find out with our colleague Qaibi, try and find out if they're not actually briefing the media at this point. So let's just move in closer to try and find out. But you can see that at this point, the firefighters are still fighting this ravaging fire, as well as just trying to contain it. We know it's been almost 2 hours now since it has started, and we're going to try and find out if the mayor is not addressing the media at this point. We're going to just walk down there and try and find out if he's not addressing the media at this point. You'll see him right now, so let's just take a listen in.
And got an update from the health department as to what exactly is happening with the fire. Can you please give us an update?
No, thank you very much for the opportunity. We are here with the HOD of the Department of Health in Gauteng, Mr. Lisiba. And indeed, we have done a walkabout, and we want to update our communities that so far, everything is looking good. We have set up a joint operation center with all our disaster management, the Iguruleni disaster management team, the Gauteng emergency services. And what we can confirm is that the fire has been extinguished. Everything is under control. There are no casualties. There is nobody that has been injured as a result of fire. The only section that was affected is a casualty, the emergency section. But all the patients that were actually there, about 48 of them, they are all accounted for. And the good thing is that how this hospital is designed, the emergency casualty section is separated from all other hospital wards. So far, everybody is actually accounted for, and periodically we will give updates to members of the media, just to give certainty, including members of the communities who've been here inquiring about their loved ones. We just want to confirm that everybody is accounted for, and there's no loss of lives, and there's nobody who's been injured. Yeah.
Mayor, do we have an idea so far as to what could have caused the fire?
Well, we will get proper updates. At this stage, there is a preliminary, data that is coming through, and I think once it is properly processed, we should be able to communicate to your good selves. I don't want to give a story without any certainty. But what is good is that we can confirm to our communities, because Tembisa is a tertiary hospital. It does not only service the communities of Tembisa, it goes beyond that. I mean, communities as far as Dupsloot, some who can arrive here, and that every one of our patients have actually been accounted for. So there's various teams that are actually doing following up on different wards, just to ensure that the conditions of the patients are actually not affected by fire or the smoke.
Well, Mayor, you've just done a walkabout. Can you please give us an indication as to how badly the damage could have been to the actual ward?
Yeah, well, I mean, we because it's an emergency, it's an area that is condoned off at this stage. We are relying on our teams, our emergency teams who are inside. At this stage, they are trying to ensure that everything is properly, in terms of fire, is properly contained. That every hotspot, there is not even a bit of fire. So it is still an area that we cannot really have access to. But as I've indicated, we'll be giving periodic report. And what is more important now is loss of lives. That nobody has actually been affected by fire. There are no injuries. And that the section that has had fire has actually been separated from all other wards. Yeah.
Well, that was the mayor of Ekurhuleni. I'm going to try and speak to the community of Tembisa, trying to find out if they have any idea as to what might have caused this fire, and if they would like to say anything. Hello, Sisi, how are you? How do you feel, Uguti? A hospital in your area has burned down. Please come towards me just to talk to me about how you feel that a hospital in your community, in your area, has burned down. Uzizwa kanjani?
I feel like I'm not because we feel so hard just because of hospital and already the patient did it. So the cause of this fire and this smoke, they can cause more disease for the patient. So make sure specialists are in peace. Thank you.
Thank you. That's one of the residents here in the Tembisa area where this hospital is located, saying that maybe this fire or the smoke might cause more diseases. That's her opinion on what happened here. But we saw the mayor addressing us and claiming that the section of the hospital that burned down is actually not connected to the rest of the hospital. So they were able to evacuate all those who were affected on time, as well as ensure that they were not affected by the fire and the smoke. So I'm going to try and speak more to the community. Let's just hear if they have any word on what to say, but it seems they might not want to talk. Hi, Sisi, do you want to talk to us on SABC News? She's a bit uncomfortable. It seems as though she has a relative here, from what we understand as we arrived here, saying that she was a bit concerned because she has a relative here at the hospital. But as confirmed by the mayor of the Ekurhuleni city, where this hospital is located, has let us know that she was just concerned and came here on time to find out what's happening. Uputi here would like to have a word with us. Puti, thank you so much for your time. Uzizwa kanjani isibhedlela sishile? Unomndeni la?
Nginomndeni sesere vela ngiyazi vela ngizwenza kanjani because if maybe bathuleka
how did you find out that the hospital was burning?
Just for Facebook, WhatsApp, or the TikTok, or then get to find out
You've heard Uguti Umeya was addressing Abantu, saying that those who were admitted are not affected. Do you have any communication as a family of someone who was admitted at this very hospital?
So far, no communication because I don't know contact because I don't know contact.
Well, there you have it. One of the people here who are here at the hospital saying that they have no contact with the hospital, or the management of the hospital rather, saying that they have no idea what's happening to the patients that are inside. He's got a relative who is inside this hospital. I'm going to move out of shot just to give you an idea of what's happening currently. We heard the mayor said that the fire was contained, but I think the more important thing as yet is to find out how the patients themselves are doing, how they were affected by this, and if anyone indeed had inhaled any of the smoke here. But the mayor did confirm that at this point, no fatalities and no injuries. I think Mbali will leave it at that as we try and find more information as to what happened. We heard the mayor saying that there is no preliminary investigation, so no clue as yet as to what caused this fire. Just a section of the hospital that services so many communities, all the way in Midrand, all the way in Oliver Hotsbouch. So we'll wait for the mayor, as well as the disaster management, if we can hopefully speak to them about more information with what caused the fire.